Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Kenya with BK Trading Academy. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how do you know when support or resistance is broken. So that is an important topic because you always preferably would like to be trading with a trending market. And there are times when a trending market might be a reversal or things might be coming to an end. And you need to know what to be able to look for and when to know if that trend is continuing or if the support and resistance has actually been broken. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. If you are new here, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like this video, and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss our next upload. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys for supporting the channel always. And let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, I know I got problems, and I don't know where to go. I don't want to put the blame on you. So
how do you know if support and resistance has been broken? Honestly, in my opinion, there's really no definite answer to this, but we are definitely trained in this industry on how to spot when a support or resistance level is broken. Some argue that a support or resistance level is broken if price is able to break and close below or above the level. But that's not always true, because in that instance, you could experience something called a fake out. And I'm going to show you an example of what that could be right now, but I'm also going to show you an example of how you know when that support or resistance level is broken. So let's go ahead and take a look at EuroCAD right now on the daily time frame, and I'm going to go step by step and explain it for you. All right, so let's take a look at our example here. And one thing we're going to do first is we're going to define our support and our resistance. So right now, would you say that this trend is upward or downward based on what you're seeing right now? What do you think this trend is? Is it up? Is it down? What would you say? I want you to pause this video, comment in the comments section, and let me know if you think this trend is up or down. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a few seconds to do that, and then we're going to go ahead and proceed. So remember, we always want to follow the market structure, right? So if we follow market structure, in this example, we previously had a downtrend, and then price started to move upwards before the resistance was broken. Okay, resistance was broken. So this resistance was broken because look at this massive bullish candle that accelerated right through that area. You see that? So this is when we knew that this resistance level became broken. And if we simply just follow market structure, which is simply just support and resistance, if we study this downtrend, this previous downtrend, we had a high, we had a low, we had a high, we had a lower low, we had a lower high, we had a lower low, we had a lower high, but we did not get a new low. So this was a heads up here that we just might get a trend reversal, right? Price broke to the upside. Look how it consolidated or moved sideways for a bit before it broke the resistance, okay? And look how price accelerated to the upside for a few days. Let's say if you hadn't believed that this was a real breakout and you sold this pair right here, right? Well, maybe you would have caught a nice little sell initially, but eventually, look how that thing surged through the upside. So this is why it's really helpful to know when support or resistance levels are broken. And one way to help you find these zones is to plot your support and resistance on a line chart rather than a candlestick chart. So what we'll do is this, we're going to take everything off and we're going to turn this to a line chart, okay? So a line chart. So there we go there. So right now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to draw a trend line across the line chart just like that. And look how I am connecting the lows here on that line chart. All right. So look here how we have a touch off the line chart. Okay. And we have another touch or swing low off the line chart. And we have another touch or swing low off the line chart. And then we have where it looks like, price might be breaking our trend line, right? Okay, so that's important because it just really makes everything really clear. The reason that line charts only show you the closing prices, so that's the only thing with line charts, it shows you the closing prices, while candlesticks add the extreme highs and lows to the picture. So you have to be mindful of that, is that we're using this line chart to see the obvious swings on our chart. So you see this, look here, these are obvious swings on our chart. Obvious little moves on our chart. These are trading opportunities, in my opinion. This is where the best trading opportunities are, these swings that we're seeing on our chart, right? So we want to be mindful of those areas. So these highs and lows can be misleading because oftentimes they are just the knee-jerk reactions of the market. It's like when someone is doing something really strange, but when you ask about it and he or she simply says, oh, it's just a reflex, right? It's the same thing in trading. When plotting support and resistance, you don't want the reflexes of the market. You only want to plot its intentional movements. And that's what we want to do here. Now, one thing I'm going to do here is look, I can see that I have an area of resistance right here. And I also have an area of support. So I'm going to just clone this and I'm going to bring it right here. I can see right here was where the price came. So it made a move up. It formed resistance, resistance, resistance. And each time it pulled back, it stopped at this support. It stopped at this support. And now I can see that price seems like it wants to continue lower. So now we're going to turn this back to a candles chart. Okay, we're going to turn this back to a candles chart, and now let's see what's going on. So look how interesting this is. So how you determine if your support and resistance levels are broken is that when the price passes through the support, okay, usually that support will become resistance. So if that price continues to move below, you can either wait for a close below the level, or if you see a breakout of the level, or if you use a moving average, and let's say price crosses below your moving average, you definitely want to make sure that the price is going to continue downward. But a lot of times you don't know that yet. So what you could do is wait for another candle to open in the direction of the price action that you want it to go. You could do that. Or if you see this, for example, if I saw this, one thing that I see on this daily right now is that I see that price broke below. So here's our low. We have a low here, but this was our final low here in this uptrend. So 1.4630. However, one thing that is kind of telling me this could possibly be a fake out, maybe, is that we have a shadow here where price rejected at 1.4588. So sellers tried to push the price down. Buyers came in and pushed it back up, but it's too soon to know right now. But technically speaking, I see signs pointing to the downside because we have a bearish engulfing candle. Okay. Price has broken below the low or even below these lows here, and price has come back and it's wicking near the trend line. Okay. Another thing that we can do is go out to the weekly time frame. And one of the things you'll see here on the weekly is that although the price action is bullish, you can see that our weekly highs are getting lower. They're not getting higher. So this is a sign that buyers are losing momentum possibly, and sellers are going to come in and push that price down, as you can see from this previous wick and price pushing lower. All right. So when you are looking at your support and resistance levels, you want to have a little bit of patience and you want to be able to spot potential support and resistance really easily. And the way that you do that is that you can use your trend lines. So you can use your trend lines like I just showed you, even going to the daily time frame using your trend lines. And you can also just use that using a line chart. So again, I'm on Trading View. All you have to do is turn your chart right here next to the time frame here at the top. You have a little candle here. You click on that, click on line, and then this is going to give you the line chart. You want to take your trend line, okay? And you don't have to mark support and resistance down here. Like one of the things you don't want to do is have like 10 lines on your chart. You don't want to have a bunch of lines everywhere on your chart. Like don't do this, okay? Don't do all of that. Don't have like 5 areas. Just be very intentional. One level above price, one level below price, and that's all you need. So notice where price is right now. What we could do is use our trend line to help make this a little bit easier. So here is our trend line. And one thing that we see is prices possibly breaking lower because it's breaking our trend line. So next, we want to find our levels of support and resistance. If this was, for example, a trend that we wanted to continue to trade and I wanted to get in on the support, this would have been the buy area I would have looked at right here. Okay, now when I turn this back to my candles chart, every time you turn this back to your candles chart, very important, you need to adjust it to the wick because this is where prices often will retest, reject off of, and continue upwards. So as you can see, this would have been a beautiful buy right off of this wick area here, anywhere within here where we could have bought this, and price went all the way. Let's see how many pips that is. So from here to this resistance, that's roughly about 190 pips, but we could have taken profit right at about a clean 150 pips. Okay. So you can see very clearly that this is your support and also your resistance. So now we have support and we have resistance, and we see, I'm just going to adjust my trend line right to the wick. So we have a nice clean trend line there. Okay. And now you can see that price seemingly wants to break through my trend line. So a few ways to know if your support and resistance is broken is a few things. You can use trend lines to help you do that. So if you have a trend line break, and obviously, if price closes or moves below a previous low in an uptrend, such as this, then you know that this possible trend is being broken and that your support level is possibly breaking, okay? And if price were to break these highs here, you would know that price is potentially breaking this resistance level. And what you want to remember is that these significant turning points in the market where the price reverses from, if this is resistance, normally resistance becomes future support. So we will look for price to do something like this, where it moves up, it comes back in the future to retest that area, and this area could become a buying opportunity for us in the future. So there's several ways that you can know if your support and resistance levels are broken, and I'm not going to go through every example because I don't want this to be a long drawn out video. We go a lot deeper into the academy with our students, but we always like to make sure that we're putting out some type of free content to help those who maybe can't afford a course. Okay, so I hope that this information helps you, but definitely use your trend lines to help you. You can also use channels, and you can also just understand market structure and how price action flows. And if you can spot these significant levels with your naked eye and know that when price breaks through the support or breaks through the resistance, then it is potential that that level is being broken. So that is an example I just wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that you found it helpful. Again, if you are new here, I encourage you to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any content that we upload. And if you are a returning subscriber, continue to tune in, and we look forward to sharing more great stuff with you guys. If you're really struggling and you feel like you are in need of a course with a lot of hands-on mentorship, definitely consider BK Trading Academy. Study our leadership, study how we trade, study our testimonials, and I have no doubt you will love it here. And we hope to have you a part of our family. Have a blessed day. Thanks so much for watching, and continue to trade safe.